Hello students, in this lecture I am going to discuss the concept of health and diseases from your chapter number 13, Why Do We Fall Ill? So first let us go through some important terms regarding health and diseases. Health, it is a state of being well to function well in all the respects, physically, mentally and socially. So it is the total well-being, that is health. What is a disease? From the term ease, we just have added dis. So means the disorder, or you can say the discomfort which we feel due to poor health. So disease is a state of being uncomfortable due to poor health. On the basis of that, for what time period the disease is there, the diseases can be divided into two: acute and chronic diseases. Acute diseases, they last for short period of time like common cold, and chronic diseases, they last for a long period of time, for example tuberculosis. Then on the basis of the transmission of the disease, they can be of two types: infectious disease and non-infectious disease. Infectious from the term means which can be transmitted through the microbes from a infected person to a healthy person, like common cold again. Non-infectious diseases which are not caused by infectious agents, and these cannot be transmitted from a diseased person to a healthy person, like high blood pressure. So there is no role of microorganisms in non-infectious diseases, whereas microbes play a major role in causing infectious disease. So because this infectious diseases can be transmitted, these are called as communicable diseases, and non-infectious diseases are called as non-communicable diseases. Next, coming to infectious agents. The agents or organisms which cause infection are called as infectious agents. They are also known as pathogens like bacteria, fungi, viruses. Coming to antibiotics against a biological organism, antibio. So these are the chemical compounds which block the biochemical pathways of bacteria. So these antibiotics, these are very much effective against bacteria. Next, coming to vectors. Vectors are the carriers of a disease, like animals that carry infecting agents from a sick person to a potential host. These are also known as intermediaries as well as the carriers. For example, mosquitoes. Like we say na, malaria, the causative agent is not mosquito. Mosquito is the vector. Causative agent is a protozoa, which is Plasmodium. So that Plasmodium is being carried by mosquitoes, and mosquitoes help in the spread of the disease. So here, if we talk about malaria, mosquitoes are the vectors of malaria. Next, let us look at how personal and community issues are related with the health. Firstly, the physical environment. The physical environment very much affects our health. If suppose our environment is disturbed by floods or cyclones, our environment is affected, that can also give rise to the health effects. Then our social environment means if we are surrounded by positive people, we will always feel happy, right? So our health will be fit and fine. Next is good economic conditions. If the economy is good, everyone is getting good job opportunities, they are able to earn, again they can afford a healthy life. Then coming to social equality and harmony means the society should be such who are living in peace with each other and not causing stress. So that is also a reason, or you can say a major point in which contributes to a good health. Next, let us look at two things: a healthy person and a disease-free person. See, a healthy person is in all the respects physically, mentally and socially fit. A disease-free person who is physically, mentally or socially unfit means some point is lacking in it. Okay, maybe physically or maybe mentally or socially, in one respect the person is unfit, then the person can be called as disease free. Means the person is not having a disease, but in some respect he is unfit. Then in case of health, individual and community factors both are involved, whereas when we talk of a disease, then only individual factors are involved. A person, in case the person is healthy, he doesn't have a disease. Here, The person is disease free, but physically the person can be unfit, like maybe muscles or some bones are weak. So that is the difference between being a healthy person and a disease free person, or health and disease. Coming to differences between acute disease and chronic disease. Acute lasts for a short period of time. Chronic lasts for a long period of time. Because acute is lasting for short period of time, so it causes minor effects on health. Whereas the chronic ones, it causes major effects because it lasts for long period. Acute diseases, common cold, cough. Chronic diseases, diabetes and tuberculosis. Now next, let us look at the differences between signs and symptoms of a disease. See, signs are which a doctor will look for. Okay, these are the indications, the indicators of a disease. Whereas symptoms are which we feel that something is wrong in our body, headache, fever. So it is changing the functioning or appearance in the body. Okay, this is the difference. So signs are which a physician will look for, and then he will recommend certain lab tests or blood tests to confirm the particular disease. Symptoms is what our body feels when we are not feeling fit and fine. Next, let us come to the causes of diseases. There are 3 levels of causes of disease. First is the personal health, which includes the you can say hygiene and the genetic differences. Second is the good nourishment. If the nourishment is lacking, then also problems are there. And third level is poverty, or you can say lack of public services. If public services are not good, public amenities, medical aid is not good, then also the person can suffer from various diseases. So these can be different levels. First level being the personal issue, your health, your genes. Second level, the food you are taking, balanced diet you are taking or not. That is the reason, that can be a cause of a disease. And the third level is the genetic differences. Plus, you can say main thing is the public amenities which are available.